Hello, ladies. Christine. Out with the family, having fun outside. I left the room. I left my office, but I'm having fun. Anyway, my question today is, what's your dream life? What does it look like? Mine looks like where we have freedom to pick up and travel, freedom to visit places we've only read about or watched about, places that my son would love, our son would love, places that we never imagined we would see, culture, experiencing all these different cultures of the world, and just having all that fun, that freedom to do that. Now, many times our dream life changes based on our experience, based on where we are in life, the stages that we are in life. And we tend to be afraid of expressing or even speaking aloud what we want, what we would hope to. Is it because it could be because we're afraid that we will never attain it, or we're afraid that if we start working towards it that we will fail and feel like we're in a worse place. It's kind of like the ostrich hiding its head in the sand, in the dirt, in the ground, and believing that it's invisible. Or like a kid hiding their vegetables under the mashed potatoes or the pile of chicken bones, so to speak. And I used to think that I may as well not start on working towards my idea of our dream life because I will never get there. Or as we work towards it, that we would not get there in time, that our son will be too old to want to pick up and just travel with us. But I had to kind of talk to myself and be like, where's your faith? God wants us to experience life to the fullest. He wants us to enjoy what we do. And that includes even planning our dream life. Of course, we reference Him for His way, to follow His way. But that doesn't mean that we can't dream, that we can't work towards that dream. If we go back to God and ask Him, okay, Lord, this is what I want. This is what we want. Please direct us. Show us when you want us to veer away from where we're going, where we're heading, so on and so forth. But that shouldn't deter us from actually wanting to work towards our dream life. And sometimes it might seem simple. I think as adults we make it harder than it actually is, and it takes something to motivate us. It could be something drastic. It could be something simple. It could be aha moments. It could be change of mindset. So I was like listening to my son this morning, and he's like, what he wants to do, he's been talking about getting chicken. Now our neighbors do have some chicken, and he always wonders what they're doing, where they're going, and so on and so forth. And he wants chicken. Well, a few months before that, he said he'd wanted a duck. Well, he's now into chicken. And then he was asking about cows. Well, guess what? This morning, he is like, he wants to go visit his grandparents, my parents, so that he can learn about farming, because they do have some farms. And he wants to learn how to be a farmer. That's his current dream, and he's not thinking about, well, is this going to be logical? Am I old enough? Do I have what it takes? Can I support this? Do I have the money to support this dream? Do we even have the land? Do we need to sell the house and find a farm to buy or land to buy so I can start this farm? No, he's like, I want to go visit them so I can learn to be a farmer, to learn about running a farm, having a farm. So we as adults, we get caught up with all the minute details that we forget what the dream is for. We forget that to make our dream life start, we need to take the simple steps. Yes, as adults, we do understand that there are challenges. So we're not like a 10-year-old child who's not thinking about the cost or the logistics and all that. But I think we get bogged down with looking at those logistics and forget to keep our dream alive. We forget to do what we can with what we have in the moment. So for him, he knows we cannot go right now to visit his grandparents so he can learn about farming. But what is he doing? He has been looking into how to take care of chicken. He's aware of how many chicken we can have in our neighborhood. I mean, he's being proactive in his way as a 10-year-old child. Yes, if that means that we have to keep on watching videos or listening to what the chicken next door are doing or not doing, then so be it. That's his dream at the moment. And we need to recapture that and think about our dreams. Put them down on paper. Put down the action steps. Okay, this is my dream. I have a dream for us to be able to pick up and travel. So what are the steps to get to it? What are the phases for each step? What are the actionable steps for each phase? So on and so forth. So that you have small goals to get to. Each completed step is a success that you can celebrate. You may not get to your full goal at the moment, but if you're working towards it, that means you're keeping your dream alive. You're keeping your hope alive. You're looking forward to something even better. You're marching towards a successful life that you want. So, I mean, sometimes we see kids as noisy or wanting this or that, but if we maybe sit down and just listen to them sometimes and what they're saying, what they're planning, we can learn a lot from the kids. And that's what we are learning as adults. Yes, he has different needs, but some of the things, if you just break it up, actually pay attention to what's behind it, you will be like, wow, I wish I had that faith. I wish I had that drive, that dream, that confidence. Well, ladies, I hope this gets you well, and I hope that this gets you thinking about your dream life and how to keep it alive, even though it may not be possible at the moment, and how to work towards it. Because that's something that we all need to work on, because life is not guaranteed. God forbid, something could happen to us right now, or our loved ones. But what do we want our days to be like? Do you want it full of hope? Or do you want it to be like, oh, yeah, this is my dream life, but I can't have it because it's not feasible right now. So looking on the negative, why don't we just focus on the positive and focus on what we can do with what we have right now? Just like my 10-year-old son. Well, ladies, thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.